We've made it. We're at the end. Welcome to episode 13, Ask for the Job. For me, this is the most exciting part of the entire process of planning and moving on to an objective. It's asking for the job. You have done so much to get to this point. You've researched careers, you identified industries and occupations, you've developed the documents that you need, you've perfected your interviewing skills. Now it's time to conduct the interview and ask the question, may I please have this job? Trust and believe it's okay to ask for the job. Personally, I'd spent over 20 years in automotive, a lot of that spent in sales. It never occurred to me to ask for the job during an interview. I'd never done it before. Some would say that it's a bit too much, but when you think about it, this whole process is really an experiment in sales. You are selling to the employer your skills and abilities, your qualifications to do this work. When a salesman has spent a lot of time demonstrating product, it's not uncommon for that salesman to come outright and ask for the sale. I can tell you that I did it when I applied for this job and it blew the board away. I said to them, I understand fully what this job is about and I like the environment, I like the agency, I like the message. May I please have this job? Why? Well, because nobody else did it. Nobody else came right out and said, I'd like to be here so bad that I'm asking you for this job. It's not enough that I've shown you all my skills and abilities. I'm physically asking you for it. Now, if you're competing with a number of people for a job, it's likely that you're going to be the only one that asks for the job. Do you think they'll remember you? Absolutely. All things being equal, why are these people going to hire you before they hire somebody else? It's because you came out and asked for the job. You proved to them that you want to be there. Leave nothing to chance. Some of my customers say, yeah, Paul, that's great advice, but how do I do it? Well, here's an example. Mr. Messett, thank you for coming in to meet with me this afternoon. We have quite a few applicants for this position and expect to finish our interviews by the end of the week. Do you have any questions for me? Yes, in fact, I do. I admire this organization and appreciate the mission and the environment. I can think of nothing more rewarding than working here as a peer support specialist. May I please have this job? You have put a lot of effort into selling your qualifications, skills, and abilities to this potential employer. Don't cut yourself short. Ask for the job. Asking for the job requires practice. So if you have to sit down with a friend and run through a few scenarios or sit in front of the mirror and do the same thing, by all means do it, because when it comes down to it, you're going to be much more comfortable about asking for the job. Hopefully by now, by the end of this series, you will have picked up a little bit and start to think tactically about how you move on to occupational and career goals, objectives, if you will. You'll understand that the documents, the work kit, the worker's occupational readiness kit is very much like your OCIE or all the loadout that you carry. You're not going to use every piece of equipment simultaneously, but you'll have everything when you need it. Conducting recon, route recon, area recon, research, obtaining labor market research, understanding more about the objective or the mission you're trying to accomplish. Networking or your allies in this fight. Interviewing, very similar to sitting in front of the board. Asking for an informational interview or job shadow, very much like a move to contact. We talked about PACE planning. PACE planning ensures that you will never be hung out to dry. You will always have a backup plan. I want to say thank you, a sincere thank you to all of the veterans, spouses, caregivers, and other eligible covered persons for what you've done and what you continue to do. It has been an absolute pleasure for me to develop this training series and bring it to you. Why? Because you deserve it. If there's any way that I can make this presentation better, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. I'd love to talk to you. It's time to start thinking tactically about your movement onto the objective.